Hey guys, I'm Damien Keys and welcome to my top 10 tips for how you can get a publishing deal. If you're a songwriter and you want to live the dream and write for other people and get your music published, how can you do that? Well, come with me on a journey and I'll take you through my tips. But before I do, I'm going at the beginning this time. I would love it if you'd subscribe to my YouTube, like this video. That would make a massive deal to me because that's why I do this. So yeah, come with me a journey and let's look into how you can get to be a published writer. Tip 10, don't wait to be inspired. If you want to be a pro, you're going to have to act like a pro. So you need to set yourself up like a pro. You need to have a place that you can go and force through the writing procedure so that you're writing all of the time. If you're waiting to get inspired to write a song, then days will go past, weeks will go past, and you just haven't got that time. Professional writers aren't like that. Professional writers are set up with the systems that they have so that they can write songs all of the time. So set yourself up like a professional writer and don't wait to be inspired. Tip 9, music solicitors know their shit. So music solicitors are embedded into the music industry nowadays. They're networked, they're connected with the right people. You might have heard the phrase solicited versus unsolicited material, meaning a lot of record labels, publishing companies, managers won't take any music from people unless it's come from a third party, like a recommended source. And music solicitors are great for this. And music solicitors are looking for artists that they can take on. This is not just someone that they're going to say, I like that music. They're getting paid to do a job. So they're always looking for new clients because that's the way they make their money. So when you want a meeting with a music solicitor, you need to ring them up, you need to show them your Facebook and show them what you're doing and say, this is what I'm doing, can we have a meeting? Now, they might charge you for the meeting. Lots of solicitors don't. They'll have an initial meeting for free. But if you need to pay for that meeting to get that advice, that's no bad thing. But wait until you know that your music is ready and that you are doing the right things, and then that will be pushing it over the next level. But music solicitors nowadays, they really know their shit. Tip 8, learn. This is very, very important. You are now going into the realms of being a professional songwriter, being paid to write songs for other people. So you can't just write what you want when you want it and hope to get a publishing deal. Now you're going to have to learn the tips of the trades that world famous songwriters do on a daily basis. Whether that's tempos or arrangement or production or structure, whatever it is, you've got to learn the ins and outs of your trade, and that is songwriting in detail. So don't just keep writing songs and hoping for the best. Learn your trade. Tip 7, collaborations. Now, collaborations is always the magic word, but in songwriting, this is so true because with collaborations comes co-writes. It also becomes some way that you can actually write with a partnership. It's a way that you can actually get someone to take more of an overview of your game. So whilst you're writing, they're not letting you get away with that cheesy lyric or that title which could be a little bit better, or that tempo which doesn't quite fit properly. They are not letting you get away with anything. And I think collabs in songwriting is very, very important. It just stops you doing whatever you want, whenever you want to, and it keeps you honest. So collabs, just like anything else, collabs in this instance is just as important and just as relevant as anywhere in the music industry. So find writers that you can co-write with, that you can partner with, and actually set up times to write more songs. Tip 6, seek out artists to write for. Now, a very good friend of mine, Chris Leonard, he writes with Ed Sheeran amongst a bunch of other people. And when I knew I was going to do this, I gave him a ring because I wanted to get his take, because he's signed to Warner Chappell, which is the biggest of all the publishing companies. And I wanted to get his advice. And one thing he said is, you've got to find these artists as they're up and coming and start to do writing with them, because that's the way that not only you get an in, but that's where you actually start to get more of your writing on albums as they start to get signed. Now, Ed Sheeran was in a pub and Chris approached Ed Sheeran, this was well before he was famous, and said, like your stuff, we should do a co-write together. A week later, they got together and they wrote the first track, which I think was Lego House, and that was the first track they wrote, I believe. And that, what an amazing story. All from going and actually seeing who's on the scene in your local area and saying, that artist is talent, or that band's talented, I want to do a co-write with them. And then all of a sudden, you do that with 10, 20, 30, 40 different songwriters and artists. One of those artists breaks, gets a record deal, the song goes on their album, and all of a sudden you are in a stronger position. So find artists in your area that you can actually write for and actually do collabs with. Tip 5, production matters. And yes, a good song is a good song, whether it's on acoustic guitar or fully produced. But nowadays, in this day and age, production makes a huge difference. So you've got to actually get good at recording, or you've got to find someone who is good at recording. You need to polish your tracks a little bit. This can't just be recording on an iPhone or in a home studio, which is just that will do for now. You get the general idea. You get the general idea is not going to get you a publishing deal. Production makes a huge difference. So spend time making your songs sound as good as they possibly can. Tip 4, LinkedIn. Now you need to ruthlessly network. Yes, you're a creative. Yes, you're writing songs. But you need to actually find these people who can help you. And I would spend hours a day, as well as doing your writing for hours a day, I would spend 3 or 4 hours a day on places like LinkedIn, especially Twitter search is another one. LinkedIn is amazing. If you want to go and find writers or partnerships or A&R and just say, look, can we have a cup of tea? Let me take you out for a cup of tea. Let me play you my stuff and actually learn from them. There are so many people who can help you on LinkedIn. And there's a lot of writers that actually set up writing partnerships and collabs rather than in their city. They do it on LinkedIn, so they can actually record digitally, or they can fly to someone and say, look, you've got the experience, you've got the name, let me write with you. LinkedIn is the perfect way for you to actually network with people, better than any other way when it comes to social media. So use it, because these people are okay with you saying, hello, can I ask your advice? So use LinkedIn as a great resource for networking and learning and meeting people and getting your name out there. Tip 3, build your audience. Buzz still counts. Just because you're not the artist and you're writing for someone else, you still have to have a buzz around you and your songs. So create that buzz via social media, and when you're writing new songs, get them out there. This is still about distribution, building up an audience so that you are proving to the world that what you do works. And proof is the best way in the music industry. If you can prove that your songs work, then people will then employ you to write more songs, and it goes round and round and round in circles. So you can't avoid this. You still need to build a buzz, and you still need to build an audience, and social media is the best way of doing that. And then you can look at whether you want to do it on YouTube, whether you want to do it on Facebook, whether you want to do it on Instagram. I personally think that you need a full songs on there, but either way, you've got to build your buzz. Tip 2, where is your back catalogue? Now, I feel really sorry for all of the songs that are just sat on someone's computer not doing anything. And I see this time and time and time again, where you get great writers who are writing really, really good songs, only for them just to be lost in the back of someone's computer forever and ever and ever, and they're not doing anything. So what are you going to do with your back catalogue? Why don't you find a way of actually getting it out there so people can hear it and see it? So whether that's on a website, so it's promoting you, whether it's on social media, so it's promoting you, get your music into the world. If you write a song, even if you're not that happy with it, that song sits on your computer, it is not helping you in any way. And that song could help a young up-and-coming artist. Just because it's not the best song you've ever written, there are artists who are just starting out their career that need that help. If you go to a place like BIM or ACM or some of these music colleges and find great singers and say, look, I know you're not a songwriter, but we can do some collabs, but I've got a bunch of songs. Why don't you take them and go and do some gigs? It's better than having them stuck on your computer. So where's your back catalogue now? And if it is stuck, as most of you will be nodding your head, if it's stuck on your computer, that is not good enough. They need to be somewhere that people can listen to them and that are out there doing work for you. This is like an investment. It's like money. If it's sat in a bank, it's not doing anything. If it's out making money for you, it's doing its job. Same thing with your songs. You're investing in these songs, you're pushing them out there, and then they're investing back into your reputation. Tip 1, this is a long-term career that you are choosing. This is not something that's going to happen overnight, because songwriting can take years and years, and all of a sudden it can click. I've known songwriters who have had very big hit records and very big publishing deals that have taken 10 years before anything happened, and it was grind and grind and grind, and one day it went. And at that point, all of a sudden, their career started to click into place. 10 years. So stop thinking of this as this week or this month or the next 6 months. You are on a fast track course with the end of your career, which is the next 40, 50 years of your life. The next 5 to 10 might have to be building your reputation, building your learning experience and getting your name out there. But it will be worth it. So stick at it, don't give up. Learn every single day and don't expect results very, very quickly. This is a patience game. And that's it. That's my top 10 tips on how you can get a publishing deal. Now, if you've got any ideas that you want to add into the comments below, I would love that, especially if you've got or had a publishing deal and you've got a little bit of thoughts that you want to add in down below. Otherwise, again, I'd love it if you like the YouTube page. If you want to ask me a question, Twitter's the best way of doing it. Just either hashtag AskDamo, or to be honest with you, just come and say hello. If you come and say hello on social media, I'll probably say hello straight back again. I'm here to help you guys with your career. So thanks very much, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.